Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey and I am at the 2022 Chicago Auto Show standing next to this gorgeous Boulder Gray 2023 Nissan Z. And in this video we're going to do a quick overview of what this vehicle is, why it's so important, what makes this particular one special, and why the Toyota Supra should be worried. So, starting first with the styling of this. In my opinion, as a 90s kid, I do believe they have blended the styling of all generations of Z very well with this vehicle. I noted when I first saw these online and in pictures that they looked a little tame, but seeing them in person, there are so many subtle body lines here that you just don't appreciate until you see them in person, that give a little complexity to the design. Starting here with the headlights, we don't have this one turned on, but this kind of elliptical callback to the round headlights of the first Datsun Zs, very unique to this new 2023 Z from the 350 and 370 Zs that preceded it. Very 370 Z grille up here, up in the front. This has been the point of contention with a lot of people online because they feel like it's just too big and open. I can already see the aftermarket making many front options here for front bumpers to look more like a Fairlady Z from back in the good old days. But what I will say, a very functional opening here for cooling to the engine. I'm actually going to come around here and pop the hood and show you exactly what it is underneath the hood of this 2023 Nissan Z. And this right here is what makes this thing so special compared to, oh my goodness, compared to options from Toyota. So the main rival of this vehicle will be the Toyota Supra. That's just the way of things. This starts at around 40,000. That is from Nissan officially. Nothing more in-depth or in detail than that. But for around 40,000, you get this twin turbocharged V6 making 400 horsepower. Now this is a modified version of what you can find in Infinity's Red Sport. So very powerful, tried and true engine that has been around for a while. And what makes this even more interesting is what's connected to this engine, and that is the 6-speed manual. That's right, you can get 3 pedals in this vehicle, which is something that you can't do in the Toyota Supra, at least as of yet. Toyota Supra was designed in conjunction with BMW. So you get a BMW platform, which was very good. We have sampled that, but you don't get a manual transmission like you do in this. When we get inside, we will talk more about that 6-speed manual. But I want to kind of walk you around here and show you the profile of this 2023 Nissan Z and just take it all in. So being that this is in the Boulder Gray color, it's kind of a flat, muted gray. It's very similar, if not the exact same paint code that you can get on the 2022 Nissan Frontier. I like it. It's very understated, very minimal. It could use a little bit of splash of color, like, I don't know, some bright red brake calipers down here or something. Kind of like just that little pop of color. You've got this contrasting two-tone paint job. So you've got a black roof separated by this satin finish silver dividing line here. Classic Z badging here. Actually like it. It's actually textured. It's not just flat plastic or anything like that. Very large, almost comically large fuel door here on the passenger side. Very interesting there. And then it all comes tapering back to this very taut rear end that emphasizes the rear wheel drive nature of this vehicle. So up front, you have got this long, powerful hood, and then you've got your cabin, sloping roofline, and very short deck lid. And a very interesting trick that the designers did with this contrasting two-tone black is they carried the black down below the rear window all the way down here, making the deck lid look even smaller than it actually is. So even though the window stops here, and here's the end of your trunk, it makes the back end of this deceptively small in the grand scheme of things. But nice curvaceous hips back here over these rear tires here. We've got Bridgestone Potenza tires wrapped around these beautiful, let's see, what have we got here? I believe they are forged 19-inch wheels here in the back. So 275 35 R19 wheels back here in the back. And then taking a look back at the rear styling. This is an area where on the 350 and 370Zs that I feel Nissan designers of yesteryear kind of fell short. I loved everything about the front ends of those Zs, but when you got back to the back, it just felt kind of bulbous and misshapen. Back here, like I said, I'm a 90s kid. You take a lot of styling cues from the ZX of my youth, and I absolutely love it. These LED taillights, this blacked out panel here in the middle, and these very large twin exhaust pipes back here. We've got a blacked out rear diffuser. Very unique styling back here. But I'm actually going to pop this door open and let Holly come around here to the passenger side. I'm going to go hop in the driver's side, and we'll show you just a little bit of what the interior has in store here on the 2023 Nissan Z. So the seats, we've got leather on the outside here, suede material here on the inside. So you've got leather and suede, nice bolsters. They hold you in without being too obtrusive. I'm 5'10", and let's see, the seat adjustment is actually here on the inside of the seat. So you can adjust, plenty of room for my average height frame to get comfortable in here. We've got rocker switches here for your heated seats, climate control up here, large digital infotainment. We've got your 3 gauges up here, auxiliary gauge. You've got your boost and voltage and your turbo speed, all up here in individually hooded gauges. Just give you a nice performance look. They're not in the way, but you can just at a glance look down and see them. Full digital gauge cluster up here. And then one thing I will note, there's a little bit of piano black here, my favorite, on the steering wheel. You've got a lot of buttons here that are backlit and will tell you what they are, but having the vehicle off, you can't really see what's going on here on the steering wheel. Twin stalks for indicators and things of that nature. Let's see, we've got wireless charging pad, USB-A, USB-C, your engine start stop button here, but this is the real important piece. So 3 pedals and a proper 6-speed manual that feels really good rowing through the gears. It clicks into place, very easy to quickly row through all 6 of them. I like it. Very short throw, very compact. I can see this as being a very good transmission. Hoping to get some wheel time in one of these very soon. And then you've got a sport mode for rev matching and shifting here. So very nice. I like that designers and engineers did not give up on the hand emergency brake here. So, you know, you can have a little bit of fun that you haven't ditched it for an electronic parking brake. Cup holder right here. Sliding center console reveals a second cup holder right here. Center console opens up. There's a little bit of storage space down in there. It's not too shabby. Let's see, I'll pop it open again. Button for it is actually up front here. I know it is dark in here, but you know, decent amount of space. You could put maybe a cell phone, pack of gum, some Kleenex back in there if you had to, but I like how it slides forward and back. Allows you pretty good cup holder usage. The cup holder does not get in the way of you using this 6-speed manual, which is very important if you know, spirited driving and all that jazz. I will say the suede on these seats is very good. I mentioned the power adjustment here on the center, and then we've got the cargo space back in the back. So I'm actually going to pop the back and we can roll around back there and check out the cargo space, which is actually quite ample in this Z. So it is a hatch, and this rear panel doesn't open, so it does mean a higher load-in height. You had to lift up and over to get things in, but you can see there's a nice shelf back here, lots of room to put stuff, not a lot of vertical space. One thing that is of interest, you know, I've got a 3-year-old at home, child seat anchor. So you can actually fold this forward, and there is a rear child seat tether right here in the back. So you can, in theory, put a child seat in the passenger seat of this 2023 Nissan Z, disable the airbag up there, and you should be good to go. You know, it's a family car, right? So all around, it is a very fun vehicle. Very excited to see it in a color other than the bright yellow and the Siren blue that we have seen so far. I think this is a nice, subtle option to the brighter colors that we have seen so far. Loving the red and black two-tone interior in this, but I want to know what you think of this new design from Nissan. Is it worthy of the Z name? Does it follow the heritage well enough? Is it enough to leave the Toyota Supra shaking in its boots? I am very anxious to see what the driving dynamics of these are. I did hint and allude to looking forward to some possible track time in one of these very soon. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, follow along, because you never know what kind of hijinks we will get into with this car. I do want to thank you for watching and following along with us here at the 2022 Chicago Auto Show. We will link an entire playlist from all the vehicles that we have seen and sampled at this event down below. And until next time, bye.